Hi, and welcome back to Poltergeist Board Games. Today, we're going to do a playthrough of Mission 1 of War Story, Occupied France. But first, let's get a word in from our sponsors. All right, so first sponsor is Three Arrows Games, located in Carson City, Nevada. They have a great brick and mortar business. You can go in, you can play games. They have a rental library. You can buy board games, the newest board games. You can also buy trading card games, Lorcana, Star Wars Unlimited. They also have tournaments that they host for Lorcana and Star Wars. Um, Great people inside. Um, the owners are awesome people to deal with, very nice, and a lot of great people frequent the frequent Three Arrows games. So if you're looking for the newest in games and game accessories, check out Three Arrows Games. And also, if you order online, they're offering a 10% discount to my followers. So you can I'll post a link to their website and you can get 10% off of order of 50 or more. And the discount code is GHOST, GHOST, and I'll post that on here as well. So thank you very much, Three Arrows Games. And our other sponsor is Meeple Peak. They provide these token trays, which you'll see here. I have our tokens for this game in it. They sell them 3 for 20, and they come in different sizes here. You have one that has 5, one that's divided in 2, and then one big one for your gaming needs. Now, I will post a link to his site, Meeple Peak, on Etsy, and drop by and get some of his gaming token trays. They're very nice, well constructed, and I use them all the time. So thank you, Meeple Peak, for your support. All right, back to our game. So the first thing we need to do is we need to pick our agents. So we have a selection of 8 agents to choose from. And so what I did my first time through is I picked kind of like the best firearms person, the best um, awareness person. I kind of went that route. Um, I'm going to say I failed some of these aspects, but firearms is pretty big. So I'm going to take this 3 guy and I'll take him, Christian. And then let's fill in some other, believe stealth is really good. All right, we'll do awareness and stealth. She has good stealth. So there, we have a mixed team. We have two women, 2 men. So that's perfect. Okay, so we have them. I'm going to assign them their colors. And then we need to fill out our mission sheet here, our mission log. So let me do that. And then I will be right back. He gets 3 firearms tokens. Skill, firearm, a boost to a single attribute, special ability, um, mortally wounded for your agent, half track Mercedes. These are used for Germans and these are used for the SOE agents. Okay, so we've set that up. Uh, um, then we're gonna go and create our team pool, and So we start off with 2 firearm tokens and 4 skill tokens. So we put those on our special pool here. So if someone needs an extra, say this guy, or she has a 1 and she needs like a 2, she can take one of these to bump her up to a 2. And then 4 skill tokens. Okay, so now we're going to have to read our the beginning of the story. I'll just read this part because it'll give you background. Your training for the Special Operations Executive is intense but exhilarating. Over an initial period at an English country house, you are taught the fundamentals of espionage while your language skills are tested and polished. Next, you are sent to the village of Arseg in the Scottish Highlands for combat training. For 2 months, you dodge across moors ablaze with purple heather and weave your way along the shores of Loch Nan Sial, seeking out your targets. You come to know a variety of weapons very well, including your own hands and, crucially, your silenced well-rod pistols. After returning to England for parachute training and specialist courses on tradecraft, ciphers, and demolition, you are ready for deployment in France. You will be part of the Magpie Network, conducting operations in the Muret region of Brittany. So complete the remaining setup steps from the main rulebook, including the steps below. So we need to open and read the mission briefing. That's the first thing, postmarked 18th November or October 1943. So we open this top secret, and we have this communication. Special Operations Executive Mission Briefing, Operation Lightning, 18th October 1943, location Muret Coast, Brittany, France. The mission: the Maquis resistance fighters of the Muret Coast are central to Allied operations in that region. The primary Maquis cell was in the coastal town of Igouly. I'm not good at French, so pardon my French, as the expression goes. But in the last few days, the Germans located them and they were forced to flee. British command lost contact with the group and their leader, Felix Aubin, as they went into hiding. A German communication intercepted this morning suggests the Germans have located the Maquisards' new hiding place and intend to launch an attack in 2 days, aiming to wipe them out. It is essential that we reestablish contact with the group and assist in their escape from German forces. Furthermore, the Maquis agents were recently sent to gather information about security measures at a German intelligence facility, and it would be desirable to obtain that information. You will enter the region under the cover of night, either by boat or paradrop, locate the Maquis, and provide any assistance they need. Codenames used by the Muret Maquis: the Lighthouse, the Maquis Network in Aiguille, the Galleon, a hidden arms store in the countryside, the Storm, German command. Objective 1, locate the Maquis of Muret, last seen heading north from Aiguille, and assist in their escape from German forces. Objective 2, obtain any information gathered by the Maquis on the German intelligence facility. Okay, that being done, now we go to the next step. And the next step is to draw our map. From the cards, draw map 1.4, the map of Muret Coast, from your mission envelope. So they're numbered 1.1, 2. Okay, so here is Equally, where they escaped. Supposedly they went north somewhere. So this is our map, which I will place here. Okay, then select 4 agents for the mission. We've done that. Give each agent a well-rod pistol from the equipment deck. Also draw equipment cards E2 and E3. This is our equipment deck here. So everyone gets a well rod. Equip every agent with the well rod. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I do is just um, slide it on top so you see it. And then E2 and E3. So we get a grenade and we get an Enfield number 4. So those just kind of go into separate pool here that anyone can use. Okay, so we did that. Now, choose whether you want to enter France by boat or paradrop. The advantage of entry by boat is that you are much less likely to be seen, but it will take longer to get to the areas of interest. The advantage of entry by paradrop is rapid deployment inland, closer to the likely location of the Maquis, but you may be sighted by German patrols. So let's do, you can either go by boat or you can go by paradrop. I'm going to do by boat so we don't raise the alarm early. So turn to entry 400. So go to 400. And so you see there's so many, there's 500 entries in here. So there's a lot of entries to look at. You're not always going to run into, have the same decisions. It has many branches, this thing. A few hours after dark, you glide silently into Eagly down the river. You know of 3 places in the town linked to the Maquis where you may be able to find some clues as to where they have gone. So draw cards 16, 26, and 35. Pick an action from those cards. 16, 26, and 35. So these are the cards that we choose. So here's 16, 26, and 35. Okay, so we can go to the Gardens de Juan Joseph, Le Renard, or the Harbor Warehouse. So the Maquis used this warehouse to smuggle equipment and weapons in and out. Maquis used to meet at this inn. There could still be some documents or other items of value. And these gardens are situated on a hill on the eastern edge of Equally. British intelligence has noted they are used by the Maquis, but it is not known what for. All right, let's go here. And we're in nighttime, so let's go to 485. On our sheet, starting at early night here. So you'll come across things that'll say advanced time. So then you will have to circle the time so you'll know exactly where you are, because some cards, ask what period of time you are, and it depends. Up here, there's letters. From time to time, it'll ask you to circle a letter. And then when some actions or things will say, if letter so and so is circled, then do this, and so forth. So here I gotta write 2 and 4. Okay. So we're going to 485. All right. The gardens are surrounded by a tall metal fence with padlock gates. Presumably, they are only open during the day. To search the perimeter for a way in, turn to 339. To pick the padlock, turn to 260. Otherwise, pick a new action from the available cards. Let's try to pick the lock. Turn to entry 260. Okay, so here we have a skill check. So check the highest technical. Who has the highest technical? 2. So she has a 2. 1 to 2, or no, 1 to 2. Turn to entry 276. Actually, you know what? Let's give her a skill token and we'll bump her up to 3. So we'll go to 441. Okay, after a few minutes of work, padlock clicks and springs open. You enter the gardens and begin a search. Check total awareness. So total awareness means of everybody. So we have a 2, 5, 7. We have an 8. So 1 to 8 go to 475. Okay, you discover a tree in the western part of the garden has an eye carved into it. Could be nothing, or it could be some sort of Maquis symbol. Tree is on the edge of a small wood. All right, spend more time searching the wood, or otherwise you leave. Let's spend some more time searching the wood. So we advance the time and turn to 4:06. So I'm going to advance the time here. Now it's late night. After some time searching, you discover that many trees in the wood on the western edge of the garden have small eyes carved into them. You realize that they mark out a route that leads through the wood and ends at a tall tree by a fence. Is this tree important? The low branches make it easy to climb, and at the top you have an excellent view over equally directly to the German command building in the center of town. In a small hole where the branches meet, you notice something glinting, and reaching in, pull out a pair of binoculars. So the Maquis used this spot to watch activity at German command. You look through the binoculars at the building, see an officer seated at a desk working, but nothing else of note. Still, these binoculars could prove useful, and the Maquis won't be needing them anymore. Climbing back down the tree, you leave the gardens. So we have to do these actions here. Draw equipment card E6, which will be the binoculars. So an agent with these binoculars adds a +1 to their awareness when in a surveillance. Okay. Add that to our pool of equipment. And then discard 16, card 16. So we discard this one now. It's out of play. And then pick a new action from the available action cards. All right, so we can go to Le Renard or the Harbor Warehouse. Let's check out the warehouse. So we'll go to 401. As soon as you enter, it's evident that this place has been found and searched by the Germans. You suspect you will find little use here. Then you notice sudden movement in the shadows. Check the highest awareness. Awareness at 3. Turn to entry 371. It is a woman who looks like a local. She seems to be trying to run past you rather than directly at you. To open fire, turn to entry 361. To shout at her to stop, turn to 164. We'll shout at her to stop. The lone woman stops and falls to her knees. Frightened and exhausted, she is clearly not a threat. You aren't German soldiers, she mutters, looking up at you with hope in her eyes. No, no, you say, but who are you? She pauses a moment before saying, I was looking for the people who use this place. Are you looking for them too? Realizing she must have a connection to the Maquis, you tell her who you are. She breathes a sigh of relief. I'm Leonie, she says. I live in Igualy and help the Maquis. Carried messages for them. I heard the Germans had discovered them and that they had to run. I came to see if anyone was left. Do you know where they went, you ask? Leonie shakes her head. I only helped a little. I don't know much. If Q is circled, go to this page. If N is circled, that page. Else, turn to entry 349. So we don't have any of those circled, so we are going 349. You could try Le Renard, she says. They used to meet there. I don't think the Germans ever found out. Do you know the people at Le Renard? No, I've never been, but I'll come with you. Circle O. Circle O. This is where it gets hard, is remembering which number you're on when you go do something else. Discard card 16. We already did that. Pick a new action from the available card. So the only one we have left. This should say, I think, discard 35 in the book. It's probably in the errata. So we're going to go here. It's still nighttime, so we go to 123. Okay, Le Renard is a large, impressive building, but long past its prime. The exterior paintwork is crumbling and streaked with droppings from the boisterous gang of seagulls who've taken residence on the roof. Inside, an air of despondency hangs over the sparse clientele. You see two doors labeled no entry, one to each side of the bar. Draw card 5 and circle N. Okay, we draw card 5. Okay, so we have a bar here. There's a guy sitting there. Okay. If O is circled, which it is, turn to entry 148. Okay, as a local, Leonie is a useful person to have with you in Le Renard. Add 1 advantage token to the team pool. Okay, so here's an advantage token. Turn to 130. Okay, to have 1 or more agents distract the barman while others try to access the no entry door on the left, turn to this place. To have 1 or more agents distract the barman while others try to access the no door entry on the right, turn to that. To speak to the barman about the marquee and try to get him to help you, turn to that page. I don't know. You don't know who to trust. Some people could be working with the Maquis and some people could be working with the Germans. So let's try the left door. We'll go to turn to entry 338. Okay, select 1 to 3 agents to sneak to the door. Select all remaining agents to distract the barman. So I think what I'll do, probably someone with the best stealth, I'll have her go to the door. She has a 3 in stealth, and these 3 will distract the barman. She's going to the door. These 3 are distracting. Turn to entry 387. This is a lovely little establishment, you say, approaching the bar. I wonder if you can tell me anything about the history of it. The barman nods and smiles. Happy to oblige. Carefully, you inch towards the side of the room, moving into the barman's blind spot. Then you begin to carefully take steps toward the door. Check total influence of yellow agents, lowest stealth of blue agents. Oh, no, I did the wrong one. I did the highest. Okay, so the total influence of the yellow is 2, 3, 5. Plus the stealth, so it's an 8. So we go to 364. With the barman distracted, you get to the door unseen and find that it's unlocked. Beyond it is a small room with a table on which stand a few glasses along with accompanying Pernod and whiskey bottles. It does not look like any of the glasses were used recently. On the other side of the table is an old bureau with a few ornaments, a sailor, a galleon, and a lighthouse. You feel that this is likely the place where the high-ranking members of the Maquis used to meet. Check the highest awareness of the blue agents. So it's her. She's got a 2. 1 to 2, turn to 136. A search reveals nothing of use. Defeated, you leave the room. Turn to entry 2. Okay, so we're right around a half an hour into this, and I'm going to stop this, and I will post part 2. So thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for part 2.